And I now give the floor to the representative of Pakistan.
Thank you, Mr. President. We thank Special Envoy Grunberg and Director Rajasingham for their comprehensive briefings. President, Pakistan remains deeply concerned about the protracted conflict in Yemen, particularly on the recent turn of events and resurgence of violence. Despite sustained diplomatic engagement and regional efforts, these developments risk reversing fragile gains and pushing the country towards further instability. At this critical juncture, restraint and renewed commitment to dialogue and de-escalation are essential in our view to put Yemen back on a credible path toward peace and reconciliation. Pakistan reaffirms its firm commitment to the unity, sovereignty, independence and territorial integrity of Yemen, which constitute indispensable foundation for lasting peace and stability in the country. We strongly oppose unilateral actions by any Yemeni party that risk deepening divisions, escalate tensions, and undermine peace efforts, all with adverse consequences for the Yemeni people, Yemen, and the wider region. Pakistan reiterates its support for a Yemeni-owned and Yemeni-led political process grounded in full respect for Yemen's institutions and the internationally recognized political framework. And we support the Special Envoy's call for a comprehensive, inclusive, and nationwide process. We encourage all Yemeni stakeholders and regional partners to engage constructively towards an inclusive and durable political settlement that reflects the aspirations of all Yemeni people and safeguards regional peace and stability. Pakistan welcomes regional efforts aimed at fostering an environment conducive to dialogue and reconciliation. In this regard, we welcome the call by the PLC to convene comprehensive talks in Riyadh, facilitated by Saudi Arabia, and urge all Yemeni stakeholders to engage constructively and in good faith towards a negotiated political solution based on agreed parameters. President, Pakistan supports the active role of the UN and the Special Envoy and appreciates his recent engagements in the region, including meetings in Riyadh, Cairo, and Muscat. And we echo his assessment that a comprehensive and inclusive political solution is the only path to achieving a sustainable settlement to the conflict in Yemen and ensuring regional peace and security and stability. Pakistan strongly condemns the continued arbitrary detention of UN and humanitarian personnel, diplomatic staff, and unlawful seizure of UN premises and assets in areas under Houthi control. These actions reflect a blatant disregard for international law and fundamental humanitarian norms, undermine humanitarian operations, and impede the delivery of life-saving assistance to millions of Yemenis in need. We call for immediate and unconditional release of all detained personnel and for full respect of the privileges and immunities of UN personnel, facilities, and assets in accordance with international law. And as we have been briefed again today, the humanitarian situation in Yemen remains deeply alarming. Millions require urgent humanitarian assistance. Basic services continue to collapse, and food insecurity and malnutrition remain acute. This demands swift, sustained, and unhindered humanitarian access, alongside predictable and adequate funding to address the dire needs of the suffering population. The widening funding gap must be addressed urgently to sustain life-saving operations. President, the Security Council must continue to act with unity to support a credible pathway toward peace and stability in Yemen. Pakistan fully supports diplomatic efforts being undertaken by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia towards this end and also commends the efforts of other regional countries, including Oman and the UAE. We hope that these efforts will result in concrete steps towards achieving lasting peace and an end to the suffering of the Yemeni people. Pakistan will work constructively with all Council members, and we reaffirm a steadfast solidarity with the government and people of Yemen during these challenging times. I thank you.
I thank the representative